Hey, let's do this. You don't have a gym. You don't know any of the MAPS programs. What are the 6 best body weight exercises you could possibly do for your entire body? Yeah,
just
at home,
completely condense it down to nothing. Your body, and that's it.
I got 2. I'll do a leg exercise and a core exercise. Okay.
Give them.
Walking lunges, one of my favorite lower body exercises. By the way, a lunge is a split stance squat, so a lot of the same biomechanics of a squat. Walking lunges are great for the posterior chain, the glutes, and the quadriceps. Hands on the hips. Take a big step forward, bring the back knee down, step forward, bring the feet together, and switch.
Making sure to pick that back heel up. I can't tell you how many people don't.
Now, when you're doing this, and I'm gonna go head on here, I wanna show you something here. Don't line your feet up when you do this lunge. You'll lose your balance. You wanna step out a little bit. You wanna have a nice little disparity between the 2 legs. Come down nice and slow, and step forward.
Keeping your chest up.
Yep, so that's exercise number 1 that I would pick, and I'm gonna pick a core exercise.
Let's see it.
Okay. Let's do, I'm gonna do an old school sit-up. Nobody does these anymore.
Old school sit-up.
Old school sit-up. So you start flat on your back, reach forward with your hands, and you wanna slowly curl yourself up. And this is much more difficult than it looks.
I was just gonna say, that's so much more difficult than what people
A lot of people, it's not easy. If you do it slow.
Yeah,
so I'm reaching forward.
No momentum.
No momentum whatsoever. All the way back, and slowly curl myself all the way up. Now, if I want to make it more difficult, I move my hands further back and create a longer lever, and you'll see now the difficulty is going to be much more for me. Now, if I want to make it even more difficult, I come all the way back, and this is basically the full expression of this exercise. And you can see that sticking point as they came up. Great core exercise. Who's next?
Yeah, love that. Well, I think if we're going to do body weight movements, we can't possibly do a series without the squat.
Oh, of course.
So the standard squat, I'll show a standard squat, although a great way to manipulate this would be to do a wide stance, a narrow stance, but we'll start with just a conventional stance where I'm in my natural position with my feet slightly externally rotated. And then I'm gonna go down as far as my body will capably allow me to with good form, so I can get down nice and deep into that squat position. I'm sitting upright, so my chest is up, good posture, drive out of it. I'm all the way back. Drive out of it. And for the first movement, when I get into a squat, I think the most common mistake I see is people just bending at the knee, coming down.
Yeah, and they let their heels come up and everything, keep your feet flat, right?
So the first movement is just the hips sliding back. So I'm going back and down at the same time. So I'm allowing my hips to hinge back into that squat position and then come out of it. So body weight squat for sure is one of them. And then I think the other upper body movement we can't do this without is a basic push-up.
Oh, there you go.
Although when I do the push-up, I'm gonna do a slight variation to the push-up. I love to do a hand release push-up to take clients through full range of motion, just because most people that try and do a push-up after they've seen it tend to do the form incorrectly. This kind of takes that away from them. So I'll do a push-up with a hand release. I get into your push-up position, get into that neutral spine or neutral pelvis. And when I come all the way down to the ground, I'm gonna come down, release, and then push all the way back up.
Good. So just in case you couldn't hear him, because I think his mic hits the floor there, his hands come off the floor, squeezes the shoulder blades back, then he pushes back down the floor and does his push-up. So each rep has that pause in between.
So he's getting his chest to open up the full amount and getting shoulder retraction emphasis that way.
Excellent. All right, Justin, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do the hardest ones.
I mean, if I'm gonna do just body weight exercises, let's intensify them a little bit. So, and one way to do that, obviously, is if you have it accessible, is to do a pull-up, and you can do it pronated or supinated. I tend to do supinated for the most part, but based off of your strength level, the main cue here is to just keep your body from swinging if it's up high. I want to be able to tense my whole body to use it, and I'm going to go all the way through the full range of motion and do, I guess that's considered a chin up, versus now we come up with the pronated pull-up, trying not to get my body to get momentum and swing into that.
By the way, that's not just one of the best bodyweight exercises. That's just one of the best exercises.
Just in general.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, you got to use your whole body.
Not many free weight exercises can match a chin.
Right. So, I mean, in close second, I feel like the dips are great for challenging, range of motion, shoulder mobility, chest connectivity, triceps. You just get a lot of bang for your buck with these as well. So I like to go through as full range of motion as I can as well. So as I come down, I'm trying to get as low as I can and then come back up. Make sure I'm getting that connectivity at the bottom to really drive me up out.